Online lectures, delayed start dates, and definitely no clubbing in Freshers' Week. Universities are facing radical changes due to the coronavirus pandemic. With staff concerned about teaching quality and students concerned about their social lives, everyone's asking the question, what will university be like now coronavirus has hit?
If I get the results, I may as well just go.
I think it's just not the same experience.
We'll go to uni and we'll make the best out of a bad situation.
Most universities will be moving large lectures online and will continue face-to-face tutorials in small groups in a socially distanced way.
You're getting a university education in the middle of a pandemic, and that's really hard to deliver and much more expensive to deliver because all of the staff doing it need to be trained up very rapidly. They're not used to how to teach effectively in that context. People aren't used to learning effectively in that context because all of your learning up to now has been done pretty much face-to-face in school. So there's an enormous amount of work needed. So it's much more expensive, but in the context, I think it's still a very good deal. And also when you compare it to what are your alternatives as a prospective students, they're looking even less attractive. You know, you're not going to want to go and travel the world now. You know, you're not going to pick up unskilled work terribly easily in the next 6 to 12 months either. So it's still a good value, but it's a very different deal.
I don't think we're as concerned with the quality of teaching on online versus face-to-face. Because yes, we're used to using technology, but that doesn't really replace being in a classroom with all your friends or meeting new people. Part of going to uni is meeting new people, socialising with them. You're going to have to move into a house with people in the second year. You need to get to know them.
The buzz for it and being in a big lecture theatre, it won't be the same because I'll just be sat in my uni accommodation by myself on a bed. And I think also, you know, it's nice to talk to other students who'd be doing the subjects or if you don't understand something, but when you're by yourself, I guess it could be quite an isolating experience.
University is of course about more than just learning, and with coronavirus measures in place, there are concerns that this first year experience is unlikely to be all that social. However, Mary Vincent from the University of Sheffield says plans are being put in place to make life at uni as normal as possible.
Our Students' Union is working very hard to make full preparations so that the normal parts of student life, societies, sports, recreation, can all be offered, may well be online. Certainly a lot of the induction activities will be online, but they will still be available and enable students to meet each other, not just around the subjects that they're studying, but around the interests that they have.
I think now's the best time to go. Obviously you'll have the doubts about Freshers' Week, but I think the unis will run a Freshers' Week of sorts when we get there, like obviously as safe as they can, or give us a proper Freshers' Week at Christmas time, let's say, when everything quietens down a bit.
Everyone looks forward to freshers and club events. And also, yeah, I've been looking forward to that for however many years. And then for that to be suddenly taken away from us is quite a hard pill to swallow, just because it's so much, you know, there's so much emphasis on Freshers' Week and making friends. I'm not sure what that's going to mean in terms of the social aspect right at the beginning. I think it will definitely be harder.
There's still uncertainty surrounding the new university experience. For example, there's talk of arranging halls by course subject to create student living bubbles. But through the uncertainty, it seems there's still hope of a fun and varied first year at uni.
I think universities have done very well in very difficult circumstances. What they were faced with was a complete nightmare, suddenly having to find a way of teaching without having the students there. And I think given those constraints and given the staff who have no experience of teaching that way, what they've done as an emergency measure is pretty good.
It might be nice, it might be, rather than being really crazy for a week, you get to actually meet new people and form those kinds of bonds in the first week rather than later on.
I think overall it's just a case of accepting the problem and getting on with it, really. Like, we're still going to have a great time. It will be slightly different, but I'm sure we'll still come away with lots of stories